Welcome back to Apple Insider, the place where we bring you the most honest and in-depth reviews of the latest gadgets that shape our daily lives. Today, we're stepping into a bit of nostalgia but with a modern twist. We're talking about the Nokia 1100 4G, a phone that carries the soul of one of the world's most iconic handsets but brings it forward into the modern age with 4G connectivity and updated features. For many people, the Nokia 1100 was the first phone they ever owned, and for others, it remains a symbol of simplicity, durability, and reliability. Now, Nokia has reimagined this classic in 2025 with a version that fits today's connectivity needs without losing its timeless appeal. So let's break down the Nokia 1100 4G in a keynote-style review, where we highlight the 7 most important aspects of this device. Number 1 is design and build quality. When you hold the Nokia 1100 4G in your hand, the first thing that strikes you is how familiar it feels yet how modern it looks. Nokia has retained the blocky yet curved silhouette of the original, instantly transporting you back to the early 2000s. But this time, the finish is cleaner, the lines are sharper, and the materials feel more premium even though this is a budget device. The phone comes in classic colors like dark gray and blue, evoking memories of the original, but there's also a new matte finish that makes it feel grippy and resistant to scratches. Unlike glass sandwich flagships that need cases, the Nokia 1100 4G feels like a phone you can drop without your heart skipping a beat. It has a tough polycarbonate body that resists wear and tear, and this sturdiness is exactly why so many people loved Nokia phones in the first place. It's compact enough to fit in any pocket, light enough to carry without noticing, yet built with the kind of toughness that today's fragile smartphones often lack. In a world full of giant slabs of glass, this phone is refreshingly practical. Nokia clearly designed the 1100 4G to last, to withstand everyday life, and to be a reliable tool more than a delicate luxury. That is its charm. Number 2 is the display. Now, we can't expect a high-resolution AMOLED panel on a phone like this, but Nokia has balanced things well. The Nokia 1100 4G sports a compact 2.4-inch TFT display that offers bright visibility even under sunlight. This might sound small compared to modern standards, but remember, this is a phone built for simplicity, and the display does its job perfectly. It's big enough to comfortably read messages, navigate through the menus, and even check basic apps like the calendar, clock, or a weather update. The fonts are crisp, the contrast is strong, and Nokia has ensured that the display remains power efficient. The user interface is designed in a way that doesn't feel cluttered on such a small screen. And because the phone isn't overloaded with apps or notifications, the display never feels too cramped. The backlight is adjustable, making it easy on the eyes at night. If you're someone who's been overwhelmed by giant, power-hungry screens, the Nokia 1100 4G feels like a return to clarity and focus. It gives you exactly what you need to see, no more, no less. Number 3 is performance. The Nokia 1100 4G isn't built to compete with flagship processors or gaming phones. Instead, it's powered by a lightweight chipset that balances efficiency with reliability. The phone runs smoothly for what it is designed to do: calling, texting, browsing light websites, and using essential apps. Thanks to 4G connectivity, calls are crisp and clear, messages are delivered instantly, and even basic browsing or social apps work without lag. The operating system is optimized for lightweight tasks, so navigation through menus is fluid and responsive. There's no waiting time when opening the dialer or checking your messages. And perhaps the most impressive part of its performance is its stability. Unlike smartphones that slow down with age and constant updates, this phone keeps its speed consistent, making it a reliable companion for years. For its category, performance is rock solid, and it shows that Nokia has tuned the hardware and software perfectly for each other. Number 4 is the camera. The original Nokia 1100 didn't have a camera at all, so the fact that the 1100 4G comes with one is already a big leap. Nokia has added a simple rear VGA camera with LED flash, not to compete with modern multi-lens setups but to give you a tool when you need it most. It's designed for quick captures, for documenting moments, and for functional uses like scanning QR codes or snapping a receipt. Of course, this isn't a camera for Instagram photography, but it's perfectly fine for what this phone represents. And let's not forget the flashlight, which was one of the most loved features of the original 1100. On the new 4G version, the LED torch is brighter and more reliable, giving you a sense of practicality that even the most expensive smartphones can't replace. The camera might not be the star of the show, but it adds just enough utility to make the phone feel modern without complicating its soul. Number 5 is battery life, and this is where the Nokia 1100 4G absolutely shines. If there's one thing the original Nokia 1100 was known for, it was its legendary battery endurance, and Nokia has made sure that legacy continues. The phone comes with a large 1800 mAh removable battery, which might sound small compared to modern phones, but combined with its power-efficient hardware and small screen, it delivers days of usage on a single charge. We're talking about 3 to 4 days of typical usage, and even up to a week if you're using it lightly. And because it's removable, you can easily swap it out if needed, something most modern smartphones don't even allow anymore. Charging is quick and simple through a USB-C port, and unlike power-hungry smartphones that constantly tether you to a charger, this phone gives you true freedom. For travelers, seniors, or anyone tired of carrying power banks, the Nokia 1100 4G feels like a breath of fresh air. Number 6 is software and features. The Nokia 1100 4G runs a clean, lightweight operating system built for ease of use. The menu system is classic Nokia, simple and intuitive, with large icons and clear navigation. It supports essential apps like Facebook, WhatsApp, and YouTube in lightweight versions, meaning you can stay connected without being overwhelmed. The phone also has FM radio, an MP3 player, Bluetooth connectivity, and expandable storage via micro SD card. There's even a Snake game included, keeping the nostalgia alive for those who loved spending hours on the original Nokia handsets. Another standout feature is its 4G Volt support, which ensures crystal clear calls and reliable connectivity. And because the phone isn't overloaded with software bloat, it runs smoothly and efficiently. The beauty of this software is in its balance. It gives you just enough of today's digital world while keeping things refreshingly simple. Number 7 is value for money. The Nokia 1100 4G is positioned as an affordable device, and that is exactly its biggest strength. For a fraction of the cost of modern smartphones, you get a phone that is durable, reliable, long-lasting, and functional. It's perfect for people who want a backup phone, for elderly users who don't need the complexity of smartphones, for kids who are getting their first phone, or even for professionals who want a distraction-free secondary device. The value here is not just in the low price tag but in what the phone represents: freedom from constant charging, freedom from endless notifications, and freedom from worrying about fragile glass bodies. It is a phone built for living, not for showing off. And in today's world, that makes it a priceless offering. So here's the conclusion. The Nokia 1100 4G is not a phone trying to compete with iPhones or flagship Androids, nor is it meant to replace your main smartphone if you're someone who lives on apps and social media. What it does instead is something far more important. It brings back simplicity, reliability, and practicality to mobile phones. It gives you a device you can count on, a phone that focuses on what really matters: calling, texting, connecting, and lasting for days without worry. It's a phone for minimalists, for travelers, for seniors, for kids, and for anyone who wants to step away from the chaos of modern smartphones without losing touch with the essentials. At Apple Insider, we believe the Nokia 1100 4G is more than just a phone. It's a statement that technology doesn't always need to be complicated to be meaningful. And in its own way, this phone is just as revolutionary today as the original 1100 was 2 decades ago. If you're looking for a reliable companion that delivers value, endurance, and nostalgia all in one, the Nokia 1100 4G is a device that truly deserves your attention.